bobber, so I've been sitting here waiting for it to pop up. I just hand wrangled. You, buddy. Nice trout right there. Beauty. Why it pays off to have a good lively bait. Shrimp was the ticket today. Space Coast Bait and Tackle. Thank you for the good shrimp. What's going on, everybody? Whew. It is 5 a.m. on the dot. We got up a little while ago, got everything loaded. My wife gets home from work like, what, 45 minutes ago? So it's not like I can get it all packed the night before. Anyway, we're packed, we're ready. Trailer lights, I didn't get time to fix them, so we're still going. No trailer lights, so. But like I said, the brake lights and the blinkers and all that kind of stuff work. It's just the running lights. So if we get in any areas where it's kind of dark or there's other vehicles, stuff like that, I just kind of slightly touch the brake and it'll light up. So we're gonna have to fix that this weekend. Anyway, if you watched my video from yesterday, it was a slow day. We're hoping to have a better day today. Yesterday we went to Port Canaveral. I met up with my buddy Fishing with Critter. If you haven't checked him out, make sure you check out his channel over here, Fishing with Critter. He does some really good kayaking content as well. But anyway, we went out there. It was just beautiful and perfect weather. And you just had to go out and take advantage of it. Unfortunately, the plans to fish the jetties were kind of forced to change when the Coast Guard and the Navy came and kicked us off of there and said we either had to go 500 yards out or we had to go back to the boat ramp, and because there's a submarine coming out in 30-40 minutes. So we head back and they were late, so we waited and waited and waited forever. But pretty cool. We got to see that submarine coming out, but we ended up fishing the port and yeah, didn't do so hot. So today we're meeting up with another friend and we're gonna go to an area I haven't fished yet. Now it is still the Mosquito Lagoon, but if you know the Mosquito Lagoon, it's pretty big. And I've been usually fishing the southern end of Mosquito Lagoon, Biolab Road, and that area, Hall Over. So this time we're going up to Oak Hill, and they got all kind of sandbars, oyster beds out there, and lots of little islands that you can kind of get lost in. So it will be fun to finally check out that area. First, we'll stop off at the one and only place you should be stopping off at bait for if you're ever going to fish the Canaveral National Seashores or that area, and that's Space Coast Bait and Tackle, formerly known Captain Hook's Bait and Tackle. If I can get in there, they always have the best bait and the best selections. So that's the plan this morning. Stop. I'm thinking we'll just do some live shrimp today. I don't know if I'm going to do a dozen or 2 dozen, but we'll figure that out. And then of course we got a selection of artificials we can throw out. So my thing is usually if I bring my cooler, I don't catch fish. So I brought my cooler / kill bag yesterday and I didn't really catch fish besides catfish. So I didn't bring it today. So I have a feeling, especially the last couple kayaking trips, I have not done so well. So we're due for an epic day. So stay tuned, everybody. Catch you at the boat ramp. Busy morning, but we made it out. I really need to take my kayak into Kayaks by Bo. Have them redo my rudder lines and my steering lines and all that kind of stuff, because this whole early in the morning they're loosey-goosey and then they tighten up as the weather warms up. It's getting old. So that's probably what we'll do this weekend. Get a hold of Kayaks by Bo, maybe set up an appointment. You know, this kayak, it's about almost 3 years old now. I've had it for a little over a year, so it's about that time. All right. Oh, we're getting real shallow right here. Let's back up. Oh, that's gonna scare my fish. Dolphins are just following us. They're blowing up the spot. Well, if the dolphins would stop following us, we'd probably be all right. Are you feeding them? No. I think the dolphin's trying to show you, hey, I got my kid out here too. I mean, it's literally following you.
And I'm gonna eat all your fish if you try and catch one.
Right? See, here you come right over here.
That's cool. But anyway, when we go out there, look for bait blowing up. Look for wakes.
Yeah.
Throw those soft plastics, man, and
I got live shrimp too.
it's just gorgeous out there. But it's been shallow, so there might be a spot where we might have to paddle, but it should be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move with all the dolphins on.
Go over here with the point and we'll cut it off.
Wow, what a pretty morning though. Manatee. Jeez, feel like I'm at SeaWorld. I got manatees, dolphins. Get one? Nice. Little trout? Ooh, almost tipped over there. Just like that, we're on the board. Little trout. Little guy. See if we can't get something a little bigger. Tearing up the trout. This is why it pays off to have good lively bait. Shrimp was the ticket today. Space Coast Bait and Tackle. Thank you for the good shrimp. Biggest fish of the day. Splash on the way out. Well, I need to go. There's lots of little trout. Watch this, how quick and easy. Lots of little trout right now, and catfish in here. But, I mean, it's still catching. Probably got our bait there. Here. Okay, boom. We're gonna have to move. I'm gonna run out of shrimp here. Oh, he came off. Told you, just boom, boom, boom. Maybe we'll throw the top water here, see if we can't get something a little bigger. Let's try a little bit bigger of a shrimp here. Nice big shrimp. Let's move up a little bit more. I want to try and get out of these catfish a little bit. So I had a nick in my braid, got a hit, broke off my bobber. So I've been sitting here waiting for it to pop up. I just hand wrangled him. Yeah, buddy. Just had to wait from the tire out. I wasn't gonna leave him out here with that bobber. He wouldn't have made it. And I saved myself $10. It's a nice trout right there. It's a beauty. Let's get a quick little measure on him. 19 and a half. Nice trout. All right, buddy, you're safe now. That's awesome. I literally, bobber went down. I set it. Obviously, I had a bad knot or something, and it broke off. And I figured, you know what, that bobber's gonna pop up. But we're like 100 yards from where we were. And all and behold, I found it. So let's get this retied back up and get back after it. That's awesome. I came by, I snuck, I got real fast, and I coasted, and I grabbed that bobber. Awesome. Woo! Warmed up quick. It's 12:30. We're on the road. It's already 90 degrees. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty pooped. You know, yesterday, Port Canaveral. And then today we did the northern part of Mosquito Lagoon, launching out of, what was it, Oak Hill? Oh, man, I've been trying really hard to get on the fish. But nothing too crazy. But today, at least we had some fun, and, you know, we were catching fish. You know, nothing too crazy big. I thought for sure I was going to get something on the top water early morning. You know, because in the southern part of the Mosquito Lagoon, I've been doing really, really well with topwater lures, especially with the trout. But no joy this morning on the topwater. And surprisingly, I thought for sure I was going to get into at least one redfish, but no joy. But as always, I did get about half a dozen catfish. And then I turned around and I was working a live shrimp with popping cork, and I decided to fish an area that was a little bit more murky. The water was really clear, and the shallows, and I wasn't having much luck, but I ended up having a lot better luck when I got into 2-3 feet of water, and the water was a little bit more murky there, and that's when I started hooking up with a lot of little trout, you know, just fun sized trout. A couple ladyfish, and here's the exciting part for the day. I had one big blow up on the popping cork. I go set the hook, I get one tug, and my knot came loose, or the line broke, maybe it was frayed, I'm not sure. And then I watched my popping cork leave, and I was like, well, that sucks, but you know what, I don't want to leave the fish, you know, stuck with a popping cork on it. But I figured, you know what, this whole little cove is really calm. I bet you it'll come up. After 10 minutes went by, I said, you know what, maybe it isn't going to, you know, pop up. Maybe that fish took off. But then all of a sudden, about 100 yards away, I thought I saw it. Thank goodness it was a calm bay. And I saw my little green bobber pop up, and I started heading to it, and down it went again. So I waited another 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I see it pop up like maybe another 25 yards to my right. I go chasing after it, and what I did was I gave it a bunch of power. I pedaled, and then I coasted, and I grabbed that popping cork, that bobber, and I pulled it. And thankfully, I was hoping that fish with that popping cork, he would tire out after a while, and he did. And that was the biggest fish of the day. 19 and a half inches, nice spotted sea trout. So never caught one that way. I hooked him, let him go, just tracked down that bobber and pulled him up by hand. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I was testing out this new shirt. Someone said there's another guy on YouTube that says this is good luck shirt. I wouldn't say it was good luck, but it's not bad luck. So, and I had a pretty decent day and had good company. I met up with a friend and we fished, and then we even ran into another YouTuber out there, Connor. He was out, I saw him catch a pretty monstrous sailcat, but he said he got onto a couple reds. So, but I'll tell you one thing. I wanted to get out there before the Memorial Day crowd, but apparently everybody else is. And if this was any, you know, inclination or, you know, sign of what the weekend will be like, I got there at 6 o'clock in the morning at the boat ramp, and there was a line to get out. And then when I was leaving, both parking lots for boats and trailers was full, and there was people parking on the side of the road. And then I had to wait to dock up too. So it is packed, and this weekend is going to be packed. So I don't plan on getting out and doing any fishing this weekend. I plan to enjoy Memorial Day weekend. You know, let's not forget what the weekend's for. So this weekend I usually like to take it easy and just remember the cost of freedom and those that pay that price. Not, you know, and this weekend's not just about those that served and died in combat, but it's a lot, for me especially, it's a lot to do with a lot of those men and women that came home and lost the fight. You know, I've known too many. I get asked all the time what that sticker is in front of my kayak. Let me show you. Living life worth their sacrifice. So, and that's why this Memorial Day weekend, if there's any vets out there, or shoot, any first responders out there that, you know, you find yourself in a tough time and you're in that area, hit me up. I'll take you fishing. We'll go fishing. So I just wanted to throw that out there. For everybody, as always, I'm ranting and I'm raving. You know, it wasn't a bunch of crazy fishing action, but you know my channel, it's not all about that. It's all about getting outside, appreciating nature, which reminds me too, we saw tons of dolphins, we saw manatees, we saw some weird looking jellyfish too. But anyway, that's what it's all about. You know, when you plan to have these expectations, you know, and you have to catch these big fish, you know, you're setting yourself up, you know, because you can't always have an epic fishing day. But today, it was a good day. You know, beautiful weather, good company, and we were catching fish. They don't need to be monsters to have fun. So anyway, everybody, I appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a safe and fun Memorial Day weekend. Don't forget what the weekend's about, and enjoy that freedom, because it's not free. People pay it. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. Sure, after this holiday weekend, I will be getting back after it. So stay tuned for that, everybody. I guess that's it. Tight lines, everybody. Peace. You know what? This is a good weekend for me to maybe share a little bit more with you guys, and something that I would really appreciate if you guys checked out. And that is, back when I was deployed in Iraq in 2005, I was attached to what is now considered one of the heavily hit units in the Iraq War. And there's a traveling memorial to the guys that I served with called the Eyes of Freedom. I'm going to put in a couple clips of that memorial right now. It travels the countryside, but you can check it out online, or you can also see its schedule if it's ever coming to a city near you. Definitely check it out, and you know, if you can, just think about those men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice. They added a new part to the memorial, and that was towards the silent battle, and I'll add a clip of that as well. So once again, everybody, have a great weekend, enjoy it, and remember what it's for. Tight lines.
We encourage you to go to the State House this week to spend a little time remembering 23 brave young men who went off to war and never came home.
The members of the Ohio-based Lima Company, they were killed in a single deployment in Iraq in 2005. It was the single biggest loss of life for a unit in the Iraqi war.
And the devastating loss inspired artist Anita Miller to paint life-sized portraits of the fallen for an exhibit known as Eyes of Freedom. She designed it for the State House Rotunda. It's been traveling the country, but for now, it is home. The Eyes of Freedom. They will never grow old, and these young men will never come home. Their portraits were carefully carried into the State House Rotunda, lovingly erected in the space where they were first displayed back in 2008.
10 years later, to bring it back home, it's pretty special.
At the base of each portrait, the boots of the men who died for their country.
I think that's the gut punch that makes it personal when people are seeing the tribute for the first time.
And artist Anita Miller is unveiling a new addition to her collection, Silent Battle, a statue modeled after a Minnesota veteran with PTSD.
He was struggling in every way imaginable, and just like many of our returning veterans are.
That vet contemplated suicide until he experienced the eyes of freedom.
We saved his life, and having him make such a profound turnaround, he's involved with all sorts of veterans organizations in Minnesota now. He's leading by example now.
Other veterans left dog tags behind with messages of thanks and hope. Corporal Straley and Sean Flaherty travel the country, sharing the story of Ohio's Lima Company with tens of thousands of people each year.
We know without a shadow of a doubt that they're going to have a stronger appreciation for the military, even if it's something like they feel the courage to go up and say thank you to a veteran who's at the same restaurant as them. Those are the things, those little things that make changes in veterans' lives.
People are proud, they're angry, they're sad, they're happy that Anita did this. But they experience all of those in about 5 minutes.
For some, the exhibit is life-changing. For them, it is life-affirming. For all of us, they want it to be a source of pride.
We don't want to dwell on their loss all year long, but for 15 or 20 minutes while you come in and see us at the State House, we're glad that you remember the work that was done in '05.
And Mike, every time I see it, I cry. I end up crying. The oldest person to die in that unit was only 33. The youngest was 18. And there is something about looking in the face of an 18-year-old that you just can't, you still can't believe
And it's amazing how veterans are connecting to the artwork the same way so many veterans of the Vietnam era connect to the Vietnam Memorial.
To the wall, yeah, you're right. And the Eyes of Freedom Memorial, we should let you know.